This woman said that she refused to cover her mom's medical treatments after her mom chose to stay with her stepdad after finding out that he was a predator. Now, because it was ongoing beef between her and her stepdad, when her mom finally passed, her stepdad made it impossible for her to attend the funeral. As if that wasn't enough, he then tried to fight her over her mom's will, a will that this woman had already written out and specified who was going to get what and how things were to be distributed. He tried to fight her over that. And when he lost and she won, she made sure to evict him from the house that he was living in, which was her mother's house, and sold the house. And now people are talking about she's the a-hole for putting out an old man. Y'all already know what time it is. Story time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, so her mom and her stepdad met when she was about 5 or 6, and they got married when she was like 8 or 9. He started abusing her right after she got her period, so about 12 or 13. He always threatened her, so she kept quiet, especially because she already had a difficult relationship with her mom. So she felt like, whatever she said, like, her mom was going to believe her anyway. Right before she went away to college, she told her mom, and surprise, surprise, her mom didn't believe her and called her every name in the book. She went no contact for 12 years. Now, when she was 30, the one auntie that she still had a relationship with reached out to her about her mom's health. Now, over the course of that year, they started to try to mend their relationship, trying to make up for lost time and everything like that. But then unexpectedly, her mom's health took a turn for the worse. And that's when her auntie asked her, like, hey, she's really going through it. Like, you're in a really good position financially, and she will never ask you, but like, can you step in to help with her medical expenses? And she was like, absolutely not. After everything we went through, I'm open to mending the relationship, but as far as investing into her, like when she has her husband still around, like, I'm not gonna do that. That's something I'm not interested in. Fast forward, her mom ends up passing away, unfortunately, and her stepdad didn't even bother to let her know. It was her auntie, who didn't realize that her stepdad hadn't said anything about it, who actually reached out to her and was like, just paying her condolences and checking in and seeing how she was doing, how she was managing with everything. And she was like, I didn't even know about this. Like, this is the first that I'm hearing about it. And before she could even, make arrangements to come out and everything like that, her stepdad hurried up, did a rush funeral, and buried her mom. And it was such a rush job that most of their family was not even able to attend. And he did that all on purpose. When she confronted him about it, he was over here talking about, yeah, all you ever did was cause problems between me and your mom, da da da. Like, you didn't need to be here anyway. You didn't want to pay for her medical expenses, and so you didn't deserve to be here to bury her, to say your goodbyes. She was so angry about that. So when it came time to go ahead and deal with all the stuff around the will, she made sure that everything she was entitled to, she got. And the moment that the house was signed over to her, she made sure that she evicted that man, hired some people to go ahead and get everything out, pack all of her mom's old stuff out, and kind of distribute that across the family and everything like that. Hired a realtor who hired some people to come in and stage the place, and ultimately ended up selling it. Her stepdad was so angry that he was evicted from that house. Like, he started threatening her and doing all types of craziness. It got so bad, she ended up having to get a restraining order against that man. And so she doesn't feel bad at all, because ultimately he only cared about what he was able to get from her mom. And the fact that, her mom left her everything, that made him sick. And that is the only reason why he's been behaving the way that he's been behaving. And even with the family that's telling her, oh, like, you're the a-hole for doing this, you're the a-hole for doing that, like, she keep telling them, like, okay, then take him in. If you feel so bad, then take him in. But his whole thing is, since you didn't want to pay for her medical bills, since you all were estranged, you was no contact for all these years, like, she shouldn't even left you nothing, da da da. But that was still her mom's decision. Ultimately, her mom could have changed her will because she was of sound mind. She could have done that at any point, but she chose to keep it the same. So that was her decision to make.